So I was born in Ghana. I was born in Winnipeg, Ghana. And I've been living in Brooklyn my whole life. I was raised in Brooklyn, but I'm raised by two Ghanaian-born family members. We're all from the Fanti tribe of Ghana. So if you take notice of the menu, I did not want to name it first, second, third courses. Mainly because it kind of was a journey through my recent trip to Ghana. The Volta River was one of the main places I wanted to visit. So the first course reminds me of the Volta River with the seafood and the sea-inspired dishes that we have on the coast of Ghana. So the Volta River, which is the first course, draws inspiration from my love of Japanese cuisine. I love broths, I love dashi, and I wanted to reinvent dashi without miso. So the closest thing to miso in West African food is dawa or iru, which is fermented locust bean, and it has a chocolatey taste. And it's very like almost soyish taste. So that gives it that miso flavor in the dashi. The second course, Swansea Yard, was actually the place where my mother's side is from. I was raised in Swansea Yard, and in my most recent trip, my grandmother showed me the proper way of making jollof rice, along with my aunts, my mother, and all the women in the family. So I wanted to kind of re-inspire how jollof rice is to me. Now, in Ghanaian cuisine, we have rice balls, right? We don't fry them, we just cook them to the point that they're really nice and creamy and malleable. We don't need to use egg yolks for this. In the Italian cuisine, they use a lot of cream and cheese. There's no cream and cheese in this Ghanaian version of arancini. But I drew inspiration from different foods. So we have the egusi, but I emulsed it, right? We have the jollof, which usually doesn't go with egusi. And then we have the pulled chicken, which can go anywhere. And I wanted to kind of combine all of that in one dish. You're gonna be tempted to use a knife and fork. Put the knife and fork away. If anything, like hide it from yourself. Because I want you to get this jollof rice and scoop it with your hands and scoop up the sauce and eat it. Because these are the utensils you're given from birthright. There's nothing wrong. One thing that I heard over my time in culinary school was that it's savagery to eat with your hands, which I'm completely against. You're gonna really feel the love of the jollof rice when you eat with your hands. Try that. And for the last course, the dancing road, one of the main things I would eat every morning in Accra was bofrot or puff puff, which is a Ghanaian dessert. And on our way driving towards that place to get the puff puff, the roads were so uneven that you would literally dance in your car. So my mom would make a song about it, and I kind of named the dessert after that. The baobab tree is one of the largest trees, and it's a very spiritual tree. It's a family tree. If you Google it, you will find a lot of images of families, just tons and tons of people sitting underneath the tree, and there's still more room for 3-4 more families. It's a huge tree, but the fruit is very tart, almost pineapple-y, mango. Like it's a mixture of everything. It has a little bit of a tartness, kind of like tamarind. One of my favorite parts of the dessert is the cocoa butter cream, because cocoa butter is used on our skin, it's used on our hair, and people don't really know that you can eat cocoa butter and shea butter. These kind of things, these are actual nuts that you can consume. And I wanted to present it in that way that, it almost chocolatey, because it's from the cocoa bean, right? From the cacao bean. And it's not exactly white chocolate, but it's very similar to white chocolate. I wanted people to see the same things that they put on your body can also be consumed. I think 14 years old, I was watching the Food Network, and they were making some dish with chicken and red wine and orange. And I know we had cooking red wine, so I went to get oranges. I went to get chicken breasts, and I was like, you know what, today I'm about to show my parents I know how to cook. Like, you guys think I can't cook, but I can cook. And I made this amazing dish with yellow rice, and I reduced the red wine with the orange juice, and I served it to them. My parents were so proud. But I didn't go straight into food from there. I went to school for forensic psychology. I was studying criminal justice. I wanted to be a lawyer, and law school denied me. So then I said, okay, I'm gonna go help people with intellectual disabilities. And I did that for 5 years. And in that journey, I was in a place called a pantry, right? And we had to come up with activities. And the diets of what the people were eating was just so poor. And I was also in the journey of transitioning to being more plant-based. So we had $20 every day, 7 individuals. We went to the grocery store and cooked plant-forward meals under 30 minutes for $20. And I was like, okay, let me just, photograph and capture all these meals that I was making and post it on my Instagram. And I did that, and I didn't know what to name it. So I named it Soulful Pantry, because soul regarding to the sun, to the soul, and the pantry because of where it all started. Not just specifically for Ghana, but I will say all of Africa. I want people to know that you don't need to do a DNA test for Africa to be home. There's a place for everyone. There's land. It's not just what you see on television. My plan is to open up a fine dining or a modern version of West African cuisine in Ghana. There's a couple of spots in Ghana right now doing their thing. They're doing amazing work, and I want to be part of that lineup. So I want to show Ghanaian people that the food that they eat is expandable. There's just so much that we can do with the produce that we have, the flavors that we have, so much to the fact that the rest of the world is being inspired by our spices, by our food, by our culture. I want to have fine dining. I want my grandmother to sit down and have her eat at this beautiful tablecloth and see, oh wow, this is the same flavors that my grandmother ate, my great-grandmother ate, and it's just presented differently. Comforted but confused, and confused because I want them to question, is this jollof rice that I'm really eating? How does she combine this with that? Oh, where did she draw this inspiration from? Oh, this reminds me of some type of ramen dashi. This reminds me of some type of Italian dish I had before. But it tastes very African. I want people to kind of like have their mind wrapped around the complexity of the techniques that I use in the dishes. But I also want them to have that comfort of tasting the food that they've had in their homes. Even if you're not West African, even if you're not Ghanaian, everybody eats tomatoes. Even if people don't like tomatoes, they've had tomatoes once in their life. Everybody's had rice at some point in their life, but have you had rice in this kind of way? So, yeah, I just want you guys to enjoy the complexity of food. Hi again, my name is Chef Adwoa, and I hope you enjoy your night in.